Getting back to the TDR. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing, Mr. Gamble?
I'm good. I'm glad you said my name because some people might have forgotten my name, your name, who we are. But
I
we're
know,
back.
likewise. Like, what happened to these two guys, man? Where did they go?
That's right. You know, they should ask that, and we've got an explanation coming up, and a lot of people will guess the explanation, especially people who know us. We're two busy guys with families and businesses, so that won't come as a surprise. But we're back because the time is right. Things have aligned. We feel that we've had our sabbatical. We've done what we needed to do, and we're back with a refreshed outlook on things, but still with a controversial edge, which we've always had.
Always, Gamble. And man, it's so nice to be back. I just can't tell you. I mean, for those that don't know, Kris and I, we've become really close friends over the years, and we talk on a daily basis multiple times. And like we had been candid with our audience over the years, we have continued to hash out ideas and discuss the challenges that we have as business owners. And Gamble, I was looking back at some of the why. Why did we start the Digital Ramble show? Now this would be episode 159. The last time we were on the air was episode 158, and that was back in July of 23. And that was just like, and prior to that it was December of 22, and it's like skipping a rock through time, and the Digital Ramble is something that we set off, we've just kind of skipped through. And, a lot of people are like, hey, what's been going on with you guys? And looking back at the why and what our original objectives of the Digital Ramble are is, kind of why and where we've been, over the past couple of years, super excited to get back though and talk
Yeah,
about it.
and the roots of Digital Ramble haven't changed. They haven't changed to this day. The Digital Ramble is a podcast, YouTube channel that talks about home technology in general. When we started off, it was very centered on the smart home. We've seen that evolve. We've seen customer habits change. We've seen, players in that space come and go. And we're two business owners who run home technology installation businesses. JJ in Houston, Texas, myself in the east of England. And we face those challenges on a daily basis, tackling home technology, dealing with the fun side of it, the challenging side of it, the stressful side of it. But we've always been very honest with our audience, the challenges and the pitfalls to avoid with smart home.
Yeah. And whenever we started it, I mean, there was a lot of podcasts starting at that time. And one of the focuses that we had and have to this day is to talk to the client, to talk to the people that actually have this hardware in their home, these devices that are supposed to, we used to, supposed to make life more enjoyable, in your environment, easier to manage, life in a secure, environments. And we wanted to share our experiences that we were having as home technology professionals in homeowners' homes to speak to the masses of what we see does work, what is failing, and the the successes that our clients are having with these. The return on their investment is something that I like talking about. Is clients actually are actually appreciating these devices in their homes.
Yeah, and that's really why we've come back with with a new outlook on things, a new run of episodes that are going to be coming in. Could be daily, could be weekly, could be fortnightly, but we're going to be producing regular content again. And it's because of the successes that JJ and myself have had in our businesses. You know, in the early days of Digital Ramble, we talked about we could do this, you could do that, you can have this, you know, don't try this, use this method. And I think we both kind of had that aha moment where we realized, why don't we just go deep into what we're preaching, come back with the results after a year, 2 years, whatever that period may be, put into practice what we were talking about. And that's the period we're at now. JJ and I have both been deep, deep into our businesses, growing them, maintaining our existing customer base, adding new customers, dealing with legacy technology, migrating it over to the new options for customers, and then also opening up new avenues with light commercial, hospitality, large and small residential opportunities.
Yeah. For those that are new to the show, you can check out our previous episodes at thedigitalrambleshow.com, and all of them are still back up, and you can run through all 158 episodes if you like. But, whenever we started this podcast, there was a lot of pain in our industry, and there still seems to be a lot of pain in our industry. And uh, dude, I tell this story all the time. I still do. Clients would call me up and say, JJ, I just want to change the channel. Why did I invest in this closet that when I open it up, it's like a fire breathing dragon just, heaving air, hot air at me. And I just want to change the channel. And I invested this fortune of gear that nobody can touch because they're afraid some might spring off, and cause the entire world to end. And in an environment that's structured like that, there's a lot of pain because it's true. Like,
That is our whole business, that we're
yeah,
reacting to our customers' requests, demands, expectations.
yeah.
It's
We were
not
hearing this.
it's not necessarily that we're technology nerds that just, get dug into technology every day. And it, ultimately, we're service providers. Our customers expect a very high standard, but there is a minimum expectation. We try and exceed that as service providers, and we overcome the challenges and the pain points and the friction by putting together best in class technology devices and platforms so that the customer can, on a daily, hourly basis has a positive and consistent experience with technology.
Yeah. Yeah. And through that pain, and listening to our clients, instead of really force feeding them, what, was available honestly at that time. But by listening to our audience and hearing that that really wasn't for them, that really wasn't their jam, that they weren't vibing with that, really caused me to pause and ask myself, is there something that I can do better? And that got us, like you're talking about, Gamble, looking at other opportunities that were starting to be successful for our clients and listening to those. And you know what? That was a little bit of a off the beaten path, to take at that time because they were devices that were simple to use, that were able to be installed by homeowners if so desired and capable of doing it. And you know, to our industry, that could be scary a little bit.
Yeah, and that kind of reminds me of how you and I got together in the first place as colleagues in the industry. We didn't know each other. We knew other people, same crowd, but we'd never met formally. And it was because there was an alignment between your views and opinions, your direction of travel for your business, your identification of new products arriving in the market, and you being able to adapt those to fit your customer base. You saw a vision with the products available, and lo and behold, me over in the UK, I had the exact same headspace. I saw things coming on the horizon. I saw new entrants to the market, and it made me review how I was currently operating at the time. This is circa 2016, 2017. And what people had an opinion of that was maybe DIY, self-installed consumer products, we both still saw the need for a professional installation service for the people that don't have time, don't have the knowledge, don't have the patience. We knew there was a market for professionally installed, consumer focused home technology. And that's where we lined up from two polar opposite sides of the Atlantic. We both saw what was coming, and now we're living in that, expanding our businesses, growing our customer base, and seeing the bearing the fruits.
Yeah, absolutely, Gable. And those manufacturers, fortunately for us, meet once a year,
Yeah.
maybe twice a year, but once a year for our industry. Uh, and this year, that time is coming, and we're going to be able to meet up with those manufacturers again, see other manufacturers that might be able to expand upon the portfolio that has really set upon this this I don't know, quality of design that we've been able to provide our clients. Because, bro, I tell you, before this, our clients were, I use pain in a very, you know, descriptive way. They were having problems with their systems, like hair pulling, fracturing, hemorrhaging issues with their systems, and all they want to do is just watch TV and listen to music and be safe, in their home. And these manufacturers are going to be at CEDIA, Consumer Electronic Design and Installation Association. This year is going to be in Denver, 2024. I'm going to be in Denver. And my
I'm
man, Chris Camp.
gonna I'm coming to Denver
Woohoo!
for the second time.
All right.
JJ and I will be hooking up at the show. If you go back into the archives of the Digital Ramble, Cedia Expo played a big part in our content. September of each year was always a big push of show show floor content, pre-show, after show. I always remember the rickshaw.
The rickshaw was great.
That
The
was it.
clock tower.
Yeah, the clock tower. All these fun things that we've done, and there is a fun element to it when JJ and I catch up. We only get to see each other in person once a year, um, and like I say, it is a business trip. We're going there to improve our business. And when you were mentioning manufacturers new and old, it made me think about the origins of our kind of business models where, we try and keep a close circle of products. We try not to spread ourselves too thin across lots of brands. We use that pool of products to create platforms and experiences for homeowners with their tech. But we've always said, if there's a better experience, a better product than our preferred audio brand or lighting brand or remote control brand, we'll review it, we'll test it, we'll make sure it's fit for purpose. And if it can replace another part of the close knit circle of products, then there's a good chance it will come into the fold. And that's, for me, one of the biggest opportunities at CEDIA is to be exposed to new technology. You don't always have that opportunity when you're busy in your business, dealing with your customers, the daily grind that you get bogged down in. This is the opportunity to do that. Some education, networking and identify new new products on the horizon.
Yeah, absolutely. And then also the biggest thing for me, Gamble, at Cedia is the commodity communication with the other uh, home technology professionals that are in the industry that are well rooted in our industry, and then those that are coming up, and then sharing, bouncing ideas off of one another, and understanding what they're finding success with, what they're having challenges with, and how can we as an industry grow. And because honestly, that's one of the biggest things that bothers me, Gamble. Who are we,
Mm.
as an industry? You know what a plumber is, you know what an electrician is, but who are we? And home technology professionals is a trade that is in great demand, and we need some talented youth to come up and replace us, because our industry is in dire need of intelligent men and women that can deploy fantastic systems that do resolve challenges that people have in their day-to-day tasks.
Yeah, I know that recruitment to the industry has always been a big conversation point at the CEDIA Expo. I've no doubt it will continue to be that this year. Recruitment, training, attracting talent into the industry from other crossover trades. I always say that electricians could play a part, security specialists could play a part, networking professionals could play a part, but they've got to embrace that. You know, you cannot have a loose end. The performance of your home technology has got to run perfectly 99.999 times out of 100. So that's almost for me the challenge for newcomers. Very difficult to switch off, very difficult to not deal with out of hours, things like that. So there's big demands on people in this industry. You've got to be in for the long haul. But also, I think it's we need to learn as well from other established trades. I always think, well, everybody knows a plumber. Well, once upon a time, maybe people didn't know a plumber. So they must have had a challenge as an industry to grow. And I know it's the advent of running water and drainage and sanitary ware in the home, hot water, those kinds of things. But now you see a home with easily 5 figures spent on technology, televisions, music systems, cameras, doorbells, routers. Um, what else?
40 devices connected, and
Heating
we haven't even got
controls. Yeah.
started.
Yeah. So there's justification for a dedicated trade for your home technology. That trade is out there. It's still a newcomer. If we say it's 40 years old, this industry, that puts it as still as the new boy, the new girl. But it's establishing every year. It's growing every year. It's becoming more and more professional. People are growing long-term businesses now, which wasn't the case before. Now we're probably going into second and third generation people now into the industry. I'm thinking about my own business. I have a son and a daughter that could easily move into that to my business as well. So the whole industry is looking much further down the road than they have before.
Oh yeah, man, I am so excited for September. First week of September there in Denver, Colorado, CEDIA 2024. Digital Ramble. We're going to do some recording and do a little bit of podcasting. See our good friends who are in the industry, as well as you know, manufacturers there. Distributors are running around everywhere. It's just going to be a fantastic time, man. I'm super stoked, and I get so juiced, man, for the rest of the year. I come back just inspired and ready to go, And so, yeah, I'm really excited about September this year. It's just right around the corner.
This year has been a quick year, and this is where JJ and I not being on podcast with the Digital Ramble for a long period, a longer period than we ever expected. But things are moving so quickly. We're looking at August, we're into September soon. The demands on us, our businesses are huge. It's been the factor. We've literally immersed ourselves in our businesses. We also have the demands of both having a family, multi-generations of family members, young and old. We've all got commitments to those. And that's not to say that, we just shelved the digital ramble. We constantly talk to each other about ideas for future content, ideas for future ventures as a duo, and maybe even expand further. Let's see what the digital ramble can do, because we're coming back refreshed, wiser, more experienced, with to come lots of tales of what we've been up to, and also importantly how we see things playing out in the months and years to come.
All right, man. I'm super excited to get back on the air with you, and also really to talk to our listeners and the owners of these devices in their houses. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to hit us up down there in the comment section. You can always drop us a line there on our website at thedigitalrambleshow.com. And I'm JJ Cannon with Digital Delight here in Houston, Texas. 25 years in business, man. We are celebrating 25 years, Kris. I cannot believe that. Seen a lot of peaks and valleys, a lot of development in technology. So glad to be a part of what is happening today.
That's actually very inspiring. 25 years, quarter of a century of working at the cutting edge of home technology. I love that. So that's a great thing for us to celebrate in September. And if other people would like to celebrate with us on the show, to speak to us, to share their experiences, to talk about maybe a product or service that you offer, please email digitalrambleshow@gmail.com or message us. A lot of people have our details already. Maybe people have been on the show before, want to come back. We're actively looking for people to talk to, people to interview. And if you've got a story to share, let us be a platform as always, as we have in the past.
All right, friends, until next time, if you don't know, find yourself a home tech pro.